Hey guys, it's JonTaun from Total Brohammer, and as you can see, we got some skink skirmishers dealing with some Vanguard deployed Gorherd with shields over here. So I am the Lizardmen here, and as you can see, I got these two skink skirmishers, and they're just head up against a bunch of Gorherd and Gorherd with shield from my opponent. And yeah, see how close he Vanguard deployed to me? So in my front line, I have a bunch of skink cohort with javelins, and I'm immediately going to be having these guys start throwing into these Gorherd, and the javelins actually do really good damage against lightly armored target like Gorherd. They're gonna obviously do worse against Gorherd with shield, but yeah, they're gonna get a lot of good damage off before the battle starts. And another tactic I like to use here, obviously I'm pulling my chameleon skinks back, is have these guys on skirmish mode, so the enemy will give his charge orders on the skink cohorts with javelins, and then they'll lose their charge against my main infantry here. So look at this. He was passed after the skink cohort with javelins. He didn't get his charge on these Source Warrior. They took no damage. So as you can see, I have a front line of Source Warrior with some Source Warrior with spear on the sides, as well as Kroq Gar, and I have my skink cohorts with javelins in the back here, as well as my chameleon skinks now, and a skink priest of heavens on a pterodon, as well as a bestowed mouth of vivification. So his front line of Gorherd are getting all up in here, and as you can see, he has some Synagors with throwing axes, hounds, and Synagors just all over the place, coming in all around my sides. And over here he's got some, looks like some Ungorherd. Now I'm gonna drop a chain lightning right here and absolutely decimate these Gorherd. Not that my Source Warrior shields even needed the help. Now I'm gonna have these chameleon skinks go over here and start shooting at the Synagors with throwing axes. He's running down these skink cohorts with javelin, but as you can see, they're on skirmish mode, so they are just drawing it out. I see that he's got some warhounds over here, so I'm going to try to have my bestowed on the vivification intercept so they do not get on my chameleon skinks. I'm going to send all my skink cohorts over here to start throwing javelins at these Synagors with throwing axes, because as you can see, they only have 35 armor and will suffer heavily from that. So I'm going to chase off these two groups with these Source Warriors with shields, and I'm going to bring these Source Warriors with shields. I don't know what they're actually doing right now. It's weird. Anyway, he had a big group. I've already defeated his front line, as you can see. I also had some Kroq, one group of Kroq. And now he's bringing in his non-Vanguard portion of his army, which was one group of Minotaurs with great weapons, Morghur the Shadowgave, a brayherd of death, and a Gorbel. So some Chaos Spawn are going to pop up over here and start beating up my Source Warriors, but right now I'm just going to get all my Source Warriors to milk up these Minotaurs with great weapons. Source Warriors do really good against anything that doesn't have a lot of armor, and Minotaurs with great weapons actually don't have a lot of armor, not to mention they're fighting Source Warriors with spears, so it's going to be really good for me. Looks like he's going to be popping a Fate of Unit on these guys. I wouldn't have made that choice because these guys are already very damaged, but he really wants to get these spears off the field, I guess. He's scoreable, and he's going to pull through with his Minotaurs, great weapons over here, and this scoreable, and do a lot of good damage on Kroq Gar, despite me popping Harmonic Convergence over here. I'm pulling away my cross scores because they won't do well against the Minotaurs with great weapons. So as you can see, the skink cohorts of javelins are actually zoning out these Synagors with throwing axes and doing a lot of damage too. Skink cohorts are not slow. Unfortunately, I let these guys chase too far, so they'll take care of these two guys, but they're away from the battle right now. These Chaos Spawn and these regrouped Gorherd with shield are doing really good work against these Source Warriors. As you can see, they have rampaged. I had to pull in my cross scores over here to get Kroq Gar out, because I definitely don't want a Kroq Gar to... he was taking a lot of damage from these Minotaurs and the Gorbel, and I definitely don't want him going down. So as you can see, he has some Ungorherd and Gorherd that have come back to the battle over here, so I'm going to get these skink cohort javelin to throw in their spears and then get them to engage and just run away with my chameleon skinks. These guys do have shields, but we should do some pretty good damage with them. Also going to send my bestowed on with vivification crystal over here to muck them up so we can get some free shots into them. As you can see, Kroq Gar has deadly onslaught on, but for some reason he's not. The RNG guys do not favor me, and he is not doing well against Gorbel here. So I just have my. I'm going to be running away with him and using cold-blooded on him. And I'm going to have my chameleon skink shooting at this Gorbel to get some damage on him and also poison him. And as you can see, they're doing quite a bit of damage despite Gorbel's 100 armor. He's going to run in with these hounds on these skink cohorts, but as you can see, they're actually winning in melee combat, so that's good for them. I'm going to pop another chain lightning over here just for lack of a better target right now. I don't want to pop anywhere over here just because I have so much. His Minotaurs with great weapons have come back, and he also has spawned some Chaos Spawn, so it's iffy over here. With Morghur, I'm not so sure I can win this battle, but we are winning this battle over here. And as you see, I have forgotten these Source Warriors in the corner here, but I am now bringing them back. So as you can see, I still have a bunch of my skink cohorts, and I love these guys. Skink cohorts are so useful. They're so fast. They do pretty good against anything with lightly armored. And yeah, just look, they're catching up with them. And they do poison with the javelins. I just love it. So I'm running these chameleon skinks right into the hands of these Gorherd. But I'm going to turn around. They're going to be poisoned, and that's going to allow my Source Warriors to catch them. Over here, my Source Warrior and Kroq Gars are coming out on top over the Gorherd in Minotaurs with great weapons. And over here, I got Kroq Gar and the JonTaun with Revivification Crystal going after this Gorbel. But man, that Gorbel is getting really good hits on Kroq Gar, and Kroq Gar's not doing so good against him. Thankfully, the Lizardmen here have insane healing, so I've been popping Cold Bloods on Kroq Gar and Revivification Crystal charges on him. So over here, we're down to just Morghur the Shadowgave, and he's getting beat up really hard by all these infantry, chasing off these Gorherd. I still have my skink cohorts over here, and they were just chasing off these Sangors with throwing axes over here. As you see, a little bit of miss micro, but honestly, this is a good trade. These guys are cheap and are not important now that they've used their javelins, and they're just holding up these Sangors with throwing axes, and they're just gonna be running away and just coming back and just being a nuisance for these guys. So this Gorbel, still, I haven't been able to get another hit on him, and he got some really good hits on Kroq Gar. And I don't know why Kroq Gar just cannot seem to hit this Gorbel. It's so weird, but this Revivification Crystal is actually getting some damage on him, as well as the Chameleon Skinks. So we're still beating up Morghur over here. I'm going to rout off his Brave Shaman of Death and run into this Gorbel and try to get some good damage on him. I bought the Sacred Spawning of Zoldyl, I bought some Revivification Crystal on him, as well as Harmonic Convergence, but still, he just gets routed off. So, for some reason, Kroq Gar, the RNG gods do not favor him, and this Gorbel is just getting all the luck right now. As you can see, his Brave Shaman of Death has unfortunately come back, and he's trying to run away with Morghur the Shadowgave here. He's got some Chaos Warhounds with poison coming in here, and I'm bringing back these group of Source Warriors with shields, which have just been gallivanting across the map the entire time. These skink cohorts with javelins are still chasing these guys off, and at this point we're going to start getting some army losses. Gorbel's still going to be staying strong. He's actually using the Axe of Min, so he's unbreakable. And this guy's like, well, if I'm going to lose, I at least want to take down Kroq Gar, but I'm not going to let him have it. Like, screw that. Kroq Gar wants to live. Screw your Gorbel. So as you see, these guys are running off the map now, and Morghur the Shadowgave has indeed broken. And once this Axe of Min wears off, it's going to be over. There it goes, and army losses does hit the Gorbel, and Kroq Gar barely escapes with his life. I don't think he would have won that just because of how bad he seemed to be doing this match, even with all the buffs I was popping on him. So for my opponent's army, I don't think it was a great army. Morghur the Shadowgave is always a good choice. He's always pretty safe. He's tanky. He has 2 Chaos Spawn, but I think he misused his Sangors with throwing axes and Chaos Warhounds with poison. He needed to be just surrounding and charging these skink cohorts with javelin. Instead, he let me zone them out the entire match. And really, I wanted to show you all this because I want to show you all just how much MVP skink cohorts with javelins can be. I love these guys, skinks in general. And I gotta say though, his Gorbel did fantastic. RNG gods are on side. But yeah, he misused his Sangors with throwing axes and his Minotaurs with great weapons, I think. And I don't think Gorherd are a very good choice against the Lizardmen here. I think you just bring some Ungor Spearman Herd as well as Bestigor, because Bestigor will cut up Source Warriors pretty good, and they'll be pretty survivable due to their armor, but Gorherd just don't have the same stats as Source Warriors, nor do they have the killing power of Source Warriors. And Source Warriors have 60 armor, so that's like medium armor, so it's going to be tough for these Gorherd here. But in any case, a good game to Persian Prince, and that's will be all for this one, guys. This is JonTaun for Total Brohammer, signing out.